did you lie to the American people?
Trump did nothing wrong. Trump did nothing illegal. Trump didn't break a single law.
Everyone, the 2020 presidential election has already begun.
You know, I think it's funny how Democrats are trying really hard to find dirt on Amy Barrett, but they can't.
There is so much confusion right now regarding Donald Trump's health.
A recent NBC News Quibi poll found that 48% of Gen Z turn to social media sites for news, compared to only 36% who watch broadcast news.
The first point of contact that I get for news in terms of information is like TikTok, Twitter, and then Instagram.
I mainly get a lot from Instagram and Twitter and TikTok.
I use Twitter over Instagram.
What I use the most has to be Instagram. I use that all the time. What about Facebook?
No, Facebook is not a young man's game, I would say.
As millions of young people are set to vote for the first time in the 2020 presidential election, collectives of politically aligned creators have formed on both the left and right of TikTok to win their vote. These political hype houses have developed massive followings.
So the funny part about political TikTok, we call it Polititalk because it's just easier to say. So the majority of what people are seeing is this face value version of it, where you only get the headlines and you only get the bare minimum amount of information that you can get.
Just when he thought things could get worse, Donald Trump literally admitted on video that he does not want a peaceful transfer of power.
It's really kind of scary sometimes because you can get really radical views off of it.
20-year-old Liam Rafizadeh manages Republican Hype House, an account with nearly 900,000 followers.
I mean, it really just starts with someone sending a screenshot into our massive group chat and being like, who's up for making content around this?
Liberal Twitter has gone absolutely crazy over this video of Trump taking off his mask on the balcony of the White House.
I mean, we're in group chats with other organizations like Turning Point USA. We hear a lot of things from them. We don't just scrape off, you see it off CNN, you see it off Fox News. It doesn't mean it's 100% true.
Most content creators for the TikTok hype houses are fairly new to politics and even the platform itself. But that hasn't stopped them from becoming influential, racking up millions of likes on their videos.
I started making content that was political probably like 2 months ago, honestly. Hey, I'm Alyssa, and I'm the new member of the Republican Hype House. I saw a lot of content that I did not agree with at all, and I didn't want that just to be the only thing that people saw.
I started my political TikTok account around February, March, and that's when I really started to dive into it because I knew that I was going to vote in this election, and I was like, well, I might as well educate myself. I feel like if I didn't have TikTok, then I would just be closed-minded conservative, and I'll just vote for what my parents are voting for.
But with so much content and so much disinformation on social media, it can be hard for creators to decide what's real, what's not, and what to share with their audience.
It is a good place to start, but you have to start digging in deeper because sometimes there's a good amount of misinformation that gets passed around and some details get lost, and it's a weird game of telephone.
Getting the wrong info on social media is so rampant, the UN Secretary General called it a, quote, pandemic of misinformation. And a study published by Harvard Kennedy School said that when it came to stuff like COVID-19, people who get their news from social are more likely to believe misinformation.
Virality is sort of a double-edged sword. Sometimes we can get really, really important things out there, right? But at the same time, we can't verify it because it's already out there. And the more outlandish the views, I think it's the easier it gets to get more viral.
TikTok is like a great app and everything, and we have a good minute to present our case, but it's content at the end of the day. We're trying to show our message in a more fun way, if that makes sense.
Gen Z, it's almost like they believe anything you tell them. Anything they read, they believe it. I definitely feel like what I post is definitely factual because I do tons of research on it.
Some sources are more reliable than others.
I also will use like government websites. One I love is the White House Gov, just because they literally have Trump's policies right in front of you. They're normally straightforward about everything.
I wouldn't say get your news from TikTok, get your news from Twitter. Our goal is for people to do their own research. At the end of the day, that's kind of our objective. I will take everything with a grain of salt. I would never be like, oh, wow, I saw this off TikTok. It's true. No, because I mean, anyone can make a TikTok, you know.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.